So let's come to the things which happened during the interview. So can you please walk us through the number of rounds which were there for this?
There are 2 rounds. Both of them are technical for me.
Okay. So there was no HR round.
No, there was no HR round.
Okay, so there were both 2 rounds and okay, technical. And how many people were shortlisted after this resume shortlisting? Number of people?
There were 20 to 25 people were shortlisted for the same profile.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I got selected for the remaining.
Pardon?
Like, I am the only one selected for this company. For the
only one was one. Okay,
yeah.
you were selected.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. Okay. So, can you tell us some specific questions which were there, which were you remember, during the rounds?
Yeah. So in the first round, there was not depth into my control on things. So they were asking the main thing, what was there in my resume. So they have started with my MTP, and like they wanted to ask the related to my model related control. After that, they came to my course point. What is a normal MPG? What is the difference between here and there? What are the stages you are in? What are the initial conditions? LQC, and few tricky questions that was more technical. After that, it was good. Technical. The first part was too good. When it comes to the second round of interview, there comes the situation of I have to explain the syntax of C++. Like not too depth, but has to I have to tell the definition of the syntax as well as I need to explain in the syntax, and there are few tricky questions. What is the pointers and other software pointers? What it do, and uh, and also we all know that there are few comments which are almost plays a similar role in the coding. So if there are two comments with different and what is the exact difference? If they do there are few tricky questions like if they do the same thing, then why they have to keep the two comments? So these kind of questions and some integrated comments like there will be two comments which can we use combinedly for certain purposes. So these are related to basics of C++. Then they have jumped to the OOPS concept, and there are a set of concepts in the OOPS like data augmentation, data abstraction, polymerization, encapsulation, these kind of thing. And they has the syntax and everything. So when it comes to a deep question, I was able to answer 90% of the questions.
Okay. So, can you please tell us that from where did you do this coding coding part? From where did you prepare?
So I was preparing from Udemy course. So there was a course offering in Udemy related to the basics of C++. So I did learn this thing. And also one more important point. Actually, I didn't mention C++ in my resume. At the time I was preparing the resume, it is in August. So I didn't mention that I don't have anything to do with the C++. Later I come to know most of the companies related to my core was asking for the C++. So then I learned the C++ in between the August and in September and October before the placements. So I convinced HR that I didn't brush up my C. So but I learned C++ newly because this was a requirement for the company. So then he was a bit impressed and he started asking me the C++.
Okay. So, what was the duration of these two technical rounds?
First one took almost 45 minutes. It was more to my resume itself. There was bit of basic C++ and basic control, but there isn't any that much tough questions. It took for 45 minutes. And coming to the second part, it took almost more than 1 hour 50 minutes. So he was asking C++, in-depth C++, and as well as few questions related to the PID controls, tuning of PID controls, and as well as related to my projects or related to some basic algorithms, kind of stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. So as we can see that you had an academic gap of around 6 months. So did they ask you anything regarding that?
No, they haven't asked anything regarding the gap.
Okay. And did they ask you anything regarding your work experience?
Yeah, they had asked, but those were like not into that. They are like what was actually is your role, what you are doing, how can you link up that experience to here, this kind of stuff.
Okay, okay, fine. So can you list down some do's and don'ts which you think that are important for the interview for our viewers?
Coming to those, like if you didn't understand a question, you can ask him, or you can ask him in a sir, can you repeat the question? Can you sometimes like there were some tricky questions. So for that reasons, we the question should be elaborated.
Yeah,
So you can ask them. So that's kind of do thing, but don't ask just too many things. So it don't look good. Coming to the don'ts, like see when you not familiar with the concept with a concept completely, so don't push yourself too much. You like if you are familiar with the concept, just try and recall something. So try to do something. But when you are not completely not familiar with the concept, don't push yourself. Like it is not necessary to answer each and every question. You can skip few questions which are completely not related to her or you're not completely familiar with. So when you try to cover up these questions, it will make a bad impression.
yeah. Okay, okay. And as this, like you were placed after the first 5 days, right? So how were you able to put together yourself, and put your calm for all this time? Because obviously from December 1 to the time, it is very stressful, and as the days go, it becomes more stressful, right?
Yeah.
So how were you able to put yourself together for this?
Like I was always motivated. Like I have a good set of skills which were required by companies. So there were like short listing of CPA and these things. So for these reasons, there is a gap from like starting first day to till the day I got placed. So like I was always keep preparing. Like yeah, I have to complete a law. I was thinking that there are a lot of companies. I will definitely get selected. Like I have a lot of confidence in my skill set, so I have done a good work in my MPP and this kind of stuff. So if something comes related to my profile, I can definitely crack it. I was a bit confident about these things.
Okay.
Yeah, well, like I was also a bit tense, so, like I'm not getting opportunity, but like I was more confident, like I will definitely get the opportunity. When I get the opportunity, I will definitely crack it. This.
Yeah. Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. As you had a PR of general secretary of your department, so was that asked or did that matter in your interview?
Yeah, they had asked me like one or two questions about GSEC. So like when it comes to a job, like it's a combined package. They not only looking for you for a set of current skill, like apart from the skill which they are looking for, they also they are look for the remaining what are the advantages you have over the others. So it's like it's totally like completely packaged. If you are having a complete good package in your hand, like complete good resume, good POs, you will get definitely selected. And they had asked about the general secretary, like what are the rules, what I have given. Like those plays a lot in a company like IFM.
Okay, okay, okay. And about the CPI, was that a matter?
Mm, he didn't mention anything about CPA, but they do matter when the resume shortlist has done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Yeah. So at last, I would just ask to like just to wrap up, what advice would you like to give your juniors of Syscon?
Juniors of SISCON, see, I suggest my juniors of SISCON to study the control, most basic control. You have to know most basic control and do something in the control because you are studying from a Syscon. You have to do like there are companies coming for the Syscon specialization, so you have to do something in the Syscon. As well as a backup, you also can do the machine learning, the data scientist courses as online or offline. The courses which are available in IIT as well as the courses which are available in online also, which I have given my before my placement. Uh, Apart from, as well as I would like to mention one more thing. When you are going for a machine learning kind of thing, you have to be too good at coding. The coding must be a basic thing for a machine learning thing. So if you wanted to be in a machine learning or data scientist, so focus more on the coding also.
Okay. Yeah. And okay, so anything else you want to say regarding all this process?
No, it's good. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Okay. So I guess we can. I just stop the recording. So thank you for being there. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Shivani.
Yeah.